which is right near the Indiana border, kind of close to the, I would say somewhat close to the Homewood Flossmoor area where we do a lot of deals. But Linwood itself, small community, comprised of mostly tri-levels, raised ranches, built in the 70s, 80s. And we've done a lot. We've had a lot of plays in this particular subdivision that I'm going to kind of show you today. It's a tri-level that we're going to look at, and let's kind of dive in onto this property. There's one that's at 20013 Terrace Avenue. This is in Linwood. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, tri-level style house. And you can see on the inside, just very quickly, some of the photos here. I call these perfectly preserved. This home was likely built in the late 70s, early 80s, and there really hasn't been any major upgrades to the property itself. It looks like original cabinets. The fireplace is the dark brown, and the trim is the dark brown as well. But an overall good-looking house, and having sold a lot of these in this area, these are definitely in high demand and perfect for investors who are looking to buy, fix, and sell, and also could be a good rental play. So on this particular property, again, we looked at the photos real quick. Everything looks pretty good. It's just a cosmetic renovation for the most part, from what we can tell from the photos. So what I want to kind of dive into is look at some of the comparable sales within the neighborhood, okay? So we know what we're working with. The subject property, it says, again, 1,162 square feet. You got to watch this close. In our MLS, a lot of times they're only counting the above grade area, and with a tri-level, we will likely count the lower level area, which is not actually 100% below grade. It's got the lookout windows and all that stuff. So a house like this, selling as many homes as I have in this area, this is likely a 16 to 1700 square foot house. So we want to look at the square footage of the property, and I will compare it to other properties that are similar in square footage, but I've got to kind of add and subtract a little bit. The list price on this property right now from the bank is $125K. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Again, it says 1 story. I know it's a tri-level, so that. And then the year built, 1974. So let's look at some of the sold comps. Here in the blue, I've got my sold comps that are in the area. Let's take a look at this first one that pops up. I like to, again, on the map, I want to stay in the subdivision, and all of these comps that have been pulled automatically are within the subdivision. So it makes it very, very easy for us to, we can use any of these comparables that are in here. We just kind of got to dive in a little bit and find out, are they very similar to the subject property? So let's see if we can find one of these comps here. Here's one that's a tri-level that looks very similar design and style as the subject property. So let's go ahead and click on this one, open it up. All right, so this is somebody came in, did a light refresh on the property, painted it, some new vinyl plank floors, and good looking house. Looks nice and tidy and clean, shows well. This one sold for $194,900. It says it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, and so they've got one on the lower level, another bathroom there. So that's a plus on this particular property compared to us having that additional bath. Now, 3 baths, if we were only, let's say we were a 3-bedroom, 1-bath versus a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, the 2-bath is going to make a big difference versus having 1 bath. Going from 2 baths to 3 baths, now it starts to come down a little bit. There isn't as much value in that because the consumer doesn't necessarily have to have 3 baths. They may want 3 baths, but from a 1 to a 2, significant difference in prices. From a 3-bathroom to a 2-bathroom, not really a big jump in what the value is of that 3rd bathroom inside the property. So this one here, again, it's going to be similar design and style. 3 bedrooms, 2-car garage, 3 baths. built in 1979, 64 days on market. So this one here, easy, a good comparable, something I would definitely want to add into my comp list. And let's look through some of the comps here, try to find another try that's out there. And this one's a try as well. You really can't see it from the images here from the front. Again, it's a little deceiving. This looks like a ranch, but then you got to dive into the interior photos, and now I can see it's a tri-level style house. Again, somebody came in, did a light fix-up on the property. They ended up selling this property for $195,000. So again, our property is going to look like the two that I've shown you here, all fixed up, cleaned up. So that's going to be our condition. So I would compare us to these other houses. Again, 1,104 square feet. It's bigger than that. I know that. So sold for $195,000, 3 beds, 2 baths, 2-car garage, 66 days on market. So again, another good comparable that's out there. I like to look at and try to find something that's active in the neighborhood if it's something similar. I want to see who's my competitor as well. And this one is a property I was actually looking at. The only thing that's active is a property. I think this one's a short sale at $119. Looks like a good deal. I was looking at it as an investment, but it's really not a competitor to ours because of the type of sale that it is. It's a distressed type sale. So I want to look at, when I'm doing comps, I want to be looking at only homes that are going to be comparable to the subject property. And this one again, and there's a few differences on this property as well, so I don't want to look at it. But there's one that's pending that's out there. That's a foreclosure as well. And pending and under contract are really the same thing. So these are properties I know they're under contract and they're distressed type sales. I want to look at mainly sales that are in the area that are going to be foreclosure type, and investor comps is what I'm looking at here. Investor comps, why those are good is because those are properties that have been bought, fixed up, and then resold. So I know that these are good properties to use as a comparable because they will likely look a lot like the subject property when we're all done fixing and cleaning ours. So getting back to the numbers on this particular property, on Terrace, again, the address 20013 Terrace Avenue in Linwood. To me, this particular property, if we could buy this thing for somewhere around, 115 to 120K, that would be spot on. It looks like the numbers would start to work on this property. Based on the condition of this house, we're looking at a lower level rehab. We're not going to need to go full tilt on this thing. It's going to be just some basic updates inside the property. So I'm going to pin the renovation on this property at $26K. So we've got $26,000 to renovate the property. And our end resale value, we should fall right around that 190, I could say 195K. On our particular property. I think we're going to look nice, and we're going to be comparable to the other properties. And one of the sales was a little bit long ago, so I know I can adjust a little bit upwards based on, there's a slight appreciation happening in our market year over year. Our markets are slower than other parts of the country in appreciation, but so around $195,000. So as a buy, fix, up, and sell, yeah, this leaves me with around 25,000 profit after all expenses on a property like this. I mean, depending where I buy it, I probably got to get this thing close to $115,000 to make everything work. But that would leave us with around $25,000 in profit after all expenses, net profit. So, but give me a call if you have an interest in this particular property. And always check out our website, chaseforeclosure.com. We're posting new stuff about investing in real estate all the time, but don't hesitate to give me a call. And thanks if you get a chance, just give me a like here and let me know that you like these coming out. That's really great to see. So if you don't mind giving me a few likes, that would be great. Thanks again.